Fuck you, Ron.
You're an asshole. What's up, everybody? Welcome to BAF.
It's been a minute.
And
Fire. Yes. Fire. Fire. So, yeah, I'm curious if anybody can have a good impersonation of Beavis or Butthead. Because I'm sure all of us did it when we were in high school and everything else.
Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
So today we are doing Beavis and Butthead Do America, the beginning of our animated series. The other 4 movies that we're going to be doing is Treasure Planet, Wall-E, The Brave Little Toaster, and Pixar's
Oh my
Cars.
God, the Brave Little Toaster?
I love that.
Whose idea was that?
That's Stu over here.
Stu?
pick, yeah.
Yes, that was like my childhood.
Yeah.
Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah, that's actually something we're
I love
doing.
that
Well, I think we're
movie.
recording that next week. Yep. So that's going to be
Right.
a... I haven't seen that since I was
Cool.
a kid.
Awesome.
Yeah. So today, Beavis and Butt-Head Do America was released on December 20th, 1996, based on the TV show that was through 93 through 97 by Mike Judge, and it also came back in 2011, I believe, when the Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe came out, right?
That was in 2011. No, so it's gone away and came back 2 more times after the original run. And it was 2022, I think, when the sequel movie came out.
Yes, you're
and
right.
then that's when the second rebooting, not rebooting, but continuation
So
of the
technically,
series
there's been
happened.
almost like 3
Yeah, there's been
seasons.
three different.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main one, then you had another one that ran for a few years.
Yeah.
Then it went away, and then it came back again for a few years.
I remember the one in 2011 because I remember the first episode when they're in the bathroom the whole fucking time.
Yes.
And it was a fun episode. But Beavis and Butthead's always been great. I think we all grew up with Beavis and Butthead. So and the fact that they made a movie on it.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
tell Mike, I remember my stepdad, and I was like, I don't know, 11 years old, and he was, "You're not allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead anymore." I was like, "Why not? This is an awesome show." I watched them, and all they talked about was pee and poop for like 10 minutes. And
Deepy for my bunghole.
it's like the dumbest show ever. I was like, exactly.
Yes.
yeah, we played a lot of music videos though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see myself. Well, that's the thing because they always did like the whole. That was probably when they were the smartest is when they were actually analyzing the old music videos and everything. But
Yeah.
Well, that's because they got their start on MTV.
yeah. And MTV was also, I believe, another show called Daria. I believe
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
another
that
show
was
that was
spin-off of
a spin-off
Beavis
of
and
Beavis and Butthead, and that was a decent show from what I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that being on there, and also there was a lot of weird animated shit on MTV in the
Loved
early
it.
'90s.
Loved
Yeah,
it.
good shit. But other movies
The
that
liquid
Mike,
television time frame. That was awesome.
yeah, I remember we were talking about that at one point. Other movies that Mike Judge has done, he's done the classic Office Space.
Yes.
He's
Love
done
Office Space.
this.
Oh, he did Office Space?
he did Office Space. Yes, he also did the
No, oh, that is a great movie.
he did the dumb movie Idiocracy.
The amazing movie. Fuck you, Ron.
Idiocracy.
All right.
I hate that movie. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb.
Because you don't understand it.
I actually
You're a
enjoy
dummy.
it.
Oh, you're doing that fucking.
You're
I
a
don't
fucking
understand
dummy.
this shit. It's stupid.
You're a dummy.
It was stupid. All right, how about Extract?
Extract.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you like that one?
Yes.
It was okay. He also did Beavis and Butt-Head Do America, and he was a producer on Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe. He wasn't a director in that one. But
But
while
he
he's
gave
also,
you okay. He absolutely was giving his blessing to the runners of the new stuff.
well, there's other TV shows. He's also he also did King of the Hill, which is more of like a less more like more friendlier version of not Beavis and Butthead, but like more serious and still comedy, but
Yes.
not as crude. And then he also did Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
which I've never seen, but
Great show.
I've seen
Amazing show.
Yeah, is it like an Office Space type of deal?
Sort of. It's it's just basically a telling of an electronic startup, and like a Facebook or a PayPal or something like that. I mean, it's not like a social media platform.
Yeah.
What,
Sometime.
what year did that come out?
Silicon Valley, I think it was
2000s.
I think it was in the mid 2000s. Take a look at that real quick and talk for just a second because I forgot to get the beer.
So yeah, it was T.J. Miller was one of the main characters on it. That's where he got not his start, but
He's funny as shit.
yeah,
2014.
yeah, there you go.
2014. Wow.
Yeah, it was good show, good show. So a lot of stupid toilet humor, but also some highbrow humor also.
Oh, so it did have
well.
like it is a crude comedy.
I mean, so
It's not really crude.
okay, so there's one scene in Silicon Valley where they're having to make a pitch basically in front of an entire room full, not a room, but a conference hall full of fucking people, okay?
Yeah.
For their business that they're doing. And if they are elected to be the best pitch, and they get funded a big fucking check. And TJ Miller was like, I don't care if I have to go in there and jerk every fucking dick in that goddamn room. All right, we're fucking doing this.
That could be a little crude.
But then they were like, okay, I don't know if we have enough time. So then they started figuring out how much time it would take to jerk every dick in the room. And then they're like, okay, what if you you're not wasting strokes, so you have them go tip to tip, so you're go ahead and maximizing that thing. They're like, well, girth size matter. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna have to go ahead and match up the girth size. They have this whole equation broken down on the fucking board to try to figure out how much time it would take to jerk every guy off, and figuring out how it worked to the most minimum amount of time, because they're all just a bunch of fucking nerds.
Kind of movie, man.
But it's they take something stupid and crude and then make it super fucking nerdy at the same time.
And
So, but yeah, no, it's a good show, and then you have a lot of ridiculous fucking characters on it that go throughout the fucking show. So it's awesome.
Yeah, see, I wanted to see it. It's just I never had a chance to. So hopefully, I'll have to check it out. If you're saying it's that good, then I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was something like almost like a computer version of Office Space.
So it's sort of. I mean, as far as the fact that you got a bunch of people working, but it's more of like working in the Silicon Valley type time frame where you got a bunch of fucking nerds and the different personalities that go with that. Some of them are super obsessed with sex. Some of them are anarchists and want to watch the fucking world burn. I mean, it just
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
Right.
So it just they all bouncing off each other, and then you have T.J. Miller who thinks he's this god among men because he had one travel website that sold for a couple $1 million, and so he took that money to thinking that, well, he's this big, massive fucking superstar, so he started what he called incubator, which basically just let a lot of people that are trying to start up businesses stay at the house in exchange for him getting a percentage of their business.
Right.
And none of them made a hit at all until them. But TJ Miller played it like he's this super smart guy.
No,
he's not.
I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. All right, so the budget for this movie was $12 million. The box office was $63.4 million, so it was a hit. The Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie, critical, was a 72% from critical score and a 71% from user score. So it's a loved movie. The thing about this movie, what I love about it is that it also has the crude animation from the original. Like it's not like beautiful animation. It looks like shit.
I love this animation.
Yeah, I know. I love it too. And I there are some, like, there's that one scene that we'll talk about later in the show, the white zombie version of the hallucination scene. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. But overall, the cast in this movie is Mike Judge, who plays Beavis, Butthead, Tom Anderson, Principal McVeer, and Van Driessen. You got Bruce Willis as Money Grimes, and you got Demi Moore as Dallas Grimes. So this is when they were actually a couple.
When they're actually married.
Oh yeah, that's when they were.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was Bruce and Demi. Then you got Robert Stack as the ATF agent, who was actually embarrassed to be associated with the film.
Then he should have fucking signed on to it. Damn it.
He paid a legal team to keep the name out of the promotional material. He eventually did warm up to the movie. But he felt very embarrassed to be a part of it because he was from Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
And
I knew that was his voice. I knew it was because like his voice is so distinct.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him and his missing kid. All right, fuck him.
I grew up with this movie and I don't even remember hardly any of it.
You're gonna love who this one. Cloris Leachman. You remember Cloris Leachman from Young Frankenstein and Beer Fest? Yeah, she was the old lady on the plane.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's the old lady with the purple. Yeah, that's Cloris Leachman.
I like her.
You got Richard Linklater, who's actually a director. He actually played the tour bus driver, the one that went to go beat down Beavis. That was Richard Linklater. Jacqueline Barber as flight attendant, Pamela Blair as woman capital, Eric Bogan as ATF Agent 1, Tony Darling as cavity search victim, David Letterman as one of the Motley Crue roadies.
Yep.
Beavis and Butt-Head, one of the dads.
Motley Crue roadies.
Yep. Yes.
David Letterman.
That
He
was
was one of their dads.
Yeah.
That was one of the dads.
And then there was another one that I saw throughout the whole movie, and I was wondering if it sounded like him. It's actually him. Greg Kinnear was the voice of the ATF agent. Kinnear, sorry. Yeah. He was him. And,
He was the number 2.
yeah, which I didn't see it in the cast, but I looked at it and found out that it was him. So
Dude, this thing is rife with like very impressive
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fuck Robert Stack. All right. Fuck him.
Whoa, why fuck Robert Stack? Robert Stack, come on, man. Everyone knows that guy.
All right. No, he was pissed for being in the fucking movie. Guess what? He got paid to be in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
He
He
tried to
knew
pay
what
a legal
Beavis
team
and
to not
Butt-Head
associate
was
with
at that
he
time.
paid a legal team not to
All right.
associate with the movie. He didn't want to be.
Just reading the goddamn script line should have been enough for him. Like, no, fuck this. If he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Oh,
If you or anyone knows who's gone missing in this.
all right. So other
Fucking
movies.
Robert Stack, man. Come on.
He's great. I thought he did great, but of course you say fuck him. So
I just hate when people sign up to do something. They see the fucking script. They know what they're signing up for, and then they want to be like, "Oh, I don't want to be a part of this."
Jim Carrey.
Fuck you.
Jim Carrey, kick ass
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
fuck Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Well, at least
When
it's
they
not
do
Nicholas.
that type of shit, it pisses me off.
And
All
fuck Nick
right.
Cage too.
All right. So
if I sign up for the thing, nobody says fuck that guy.
When you sign up for it and then wanted to shit talk it afterwards and want to act like you didn't want to be a part of it, fuck you. Okay, you took the
No,
check.
I
be
agree
a
with
part of
that.
it.
I agree with that.
yeah. All right. So other movies to be released.
I get you. I get you. Like it's. Go ahead, Mike.
Why step into the arena if you're not going to play?
Exactly.
Right.
It's like these
Exactly.
fucking athletes that sign the contract and then get pissy. You know, afterwards. No, fuck you. You signed the contract. Be a part of the fucking team.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, all right. That's agreed. All right. So other movies to come out around the same time. We got Sylvester Stallone's Daylight. We got The Preacher's Wife. We got Mars Attacks.
Oh, good one.
Great episode that we did. You should check that out. Jerry Maguire. The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Good one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
My Fellow Americans with Jack Lemmon and James Garner. One Fine Day with George Clooney. I think that was a some romance. Scream. A lot of these I remember reading off when we did I believe Long Kiss Goodnight and Daylight. Or not Daylight, Mars Attacks. Also Evita with Madonna. And then you got Michael, the one that you like with John Travolta.
John Travolta, yeah.
The Ghost of
That's a good one.
Mississippi.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you remember that one?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Michael's good.
I literally just watched that movie or a clip of that movie where he's does the well deal and he's under the car, fixing the car, and he's like wiggling his fingers and the wrenches come flying towards his hands. You remember that?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. Remember that?
I don't.
I don't.
I think you're crazy.
I don't remember that. Was that
No,
Mike?
that's
Was that Michael?
Is it Michael?
Was that Michael
Yeah,
or was that
that's
Powder?
fucking
That was Powder.
Yeah, I told you we were drunk.
Powder. Michael.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Powder's the one when he's in a
Powder's
metal.
Powder's the one, the weird fucking albino kid.
Right.
All right. And so like that, that's got the fucking power.
Ah, fuck!
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Fucking big dummy.
No, I
There you
seriously.
go, spicy boner,
Spicy
motherfucker.
boner.
Oh fuck.
Icy boner.
Yes,
The
we
wheel's
got-
right over there, right behind your monitor.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you better fucking spin right, dude, because I'm not down for a fucking shot tonight.
Hey, you're in the show. You got to do it.
Speed, is this John's first time on the show?
What is it?
It is,
Yes.
as far as I know.
Oh fuck!
Daddy.
No,
Yeah.
I ain't taking a Malort.
It's-
Yes, Michael.
Hey, well, what-
Mike's taking a Malort.
No, I've been on the show before.
Yes,
so wait a minute. If I'm yeah, that's right. You have to have Malort.
yes.
Yep.
If you're on the show, first on the show, you got to take a shot of Malort.
Yep.
That is tradition. You
You got to do it.
Oh, I did my Malort days.
That's tough.
Oh,
If
no.
you're-
Good.
Michael.
I don't care if you're on the other side over in Pennsylvania. It's part of our rules. The first time on the mic for our show, you got to take a shot of Malort.
down here, so
Mike.
Oh,
Come
on.
Back me up. I've done this already.
dude, I did it. I had
Not
to do
on
it
the
when
show
I was
yet.
down there.
All right, fuck it.
Oh, he's
All right,
yeah,
What do
he's
you
done
wanna
it.
do?
I
One
spend,
shot.
One shot.
I spend a daddy's pick, so I'm going to have to
Just
redo it
swig.
because I'm the
You gotta do a
host.
swig.
Yeah.
That's good. Whoa, holy
Take
shit!
it to the head.
There
Jesus.
you go. Take
Good
it like
job.
a champ.
Good job.
That's your bottle now.
What's alcohol?
Penis
It kills
shot.
it.
Yeah.
I got a cock
Am I
shot.
welcome?
You got a cock shot.
Cock shot.
I got
That is
a cock
horrible.
shot.
You got a cock
What?
shot.
That's what
I got a cock shot.
Is,
Oh my god.
Is there somebody
is
upstairs?
wonderful Sammy here?
Sammy
gonna
is
make it.
here.
Oh, why don't
All
I
right.
get
It's
wonderful
once and done,
Sammy?
Johnny.
What? You
It's
know
not
what?
what's
Let's do the
done.
review, and right after the break, she can set it up, and we'll do that, and I'll do a cock shot right after our break. Before we do anything, actually, so you took that Malort shot, so thank you for being a part of the show.
Good job.
Before we do that, me, Stu, and Adam are going to try this bubblegum drink that I made for the They Live episode and see what you guys think. of it.
more like bubble yum.
So here we go.
Cheers.
For they live.
Yep.
That is gummy.
It's gummy.
Looks like shit.
Actually, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
tastes like bubblegum.
It does.
At points, I mean, like it's weird. So the top note and the
listen,
very
guys.
bottom note are nice. They're bubblegum.
Yeah.
It's the middle. It's the middle that's just like I don't know if it's good or not.
Well, this is like I said, you,
Well, what's in the middle?
yo,
Like a flatness to it. It's
well, the thing is, this has been soaking for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. I think
Jesus.
yeah, because when me and Chase did it, only soaked for like a week, so it's been sitting in the fridge because I've been wanting them to try it out.
what was
So,
the alcohol base? What
It was the Bowman vodka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this- I just use cheap
all right.
vodka.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot better than okay. That is much better than Bowman vodka. It made it much better than
Oh,
normal.
there you go. At least
right,
I got a
that's
plus for that. So, you want to get? Well, you want to do a review?
Sure. I will. Considering it's a Bowman base to it, and I'm very impressed. Then let's go ahead and give it a half a thumb.
Okay.
All right.
Adam.
I'll give it a 1.
All right. I gave it a 2 already, so I already did my review.
It's like coming to the, it's like the bubble gum. It keeps hitting me. It's like Bigly Chew. That is the taste of the bubble gum that it
You
tastes
should
like.
try a piece though. You should chew on a piece.
That's
it's a
okay.
whole lot different.
No,
That's what bubble yum, right?
That's double bubble.
Double bubble.
Double bubble. Okay.
Bubble.
Yeah. Double bubble.
All right, so the drink for today's show, it's 3 Floyd's Zombie
Hold
Dust.
on. John had to go to the hospital from a Malort overdose. Just kidding, guys. That's
Is it-
gross.
it's not that bad. You get used to it.
Yeah, I did.
It's not bad. of a drink.
Half our bottle's gone now.
That's because he took it to the house.
Well,
He
Mike,
just
for how much
downed
you're
it.
on this show, you might have to go pick yourself up another bottle because you're on
I
the show a
will. I
lot.
go down to Maryland to pick it up.
Chicago,
Like Chicago handshake.
Shut down.
Chicago handshake.
Yes.
No, then you need some old style for a true Chicago handshake right there.
Yeah, I know.
Pennsylvania handshake.
All right, so the 3 Floyd
You took
Zombie
the Malort
Dust. I did the Zombie Dust drink, and the reason being is because White Zombie has a certain scene in this movie when they hallucinate in the desert.
Hey, I got a beer.
I got a pair.
Want some?
Yeah, just a little quick scene right there. So this is Zombie Dust. It's an undead pale ale from 3 Floyds. I think I've had this before. It looks very familiar. So I don't know. Ragnar, you've had this before. I almost said your name again. You've had
You were so fucking close.
you have been on this. You haven't been in a while, so I got to get used to saying your name again. Thank you for taking a long ass break because now I
No,
keep
you
forgetting
don't.
your name.
You forgot his name.
Good, forget it every fucking time.
No, that's
Forgot
true.
his name.
No, I didn't forget his name. I got his real name, but
What did you say?
I'm not. Fuck you. I know what you're trying to do. You're an asshole. Anyways, zombie dust. I know Ragnar has one. So, Mike, did you get any type of beer on your end, or?
Nah, dude. I looked the one place I went, they had just sold out their last 12 pack.
Okay.
And he said he had to sell it at a discount because he couldn't get it off the shelf.
Oh, that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I think that's gonna.
All right, I will say the
artwork is good.
Yeah, the artwork is really nice. Even the lettering for Zombie Dust fits perfectly with Zombie. And the tagline, "It's not normal." That actually, I'm like, okay, that is a creative fucking, can. I will give that.
I can tell you
It's
what,
not normal.
it kind of reminds me of Iron Maiden with the skull and everything else a little bit, but the zombie dust, the lettering looks like white, like zombie,
Yeah.
which is perfect, which is a great fucking scene in the movie. So let's go ahead and try this beer out. Let's open it up.
Come to
I end up getting Founders All Day IPA,
Cool.
which is nowhere near zombie.
It smells like an
No.
IPA.
Not.
All right. Well, you guys didn't do cheers.
Gross.
That is a cheers. That is a punishment shot for you, Stu.
I think this beer is punishment shot right there.
Yeah.
You're spinning the
This
wheel.
is not a fucking good fucking beer. This is not a good beer. Yeah. Yeah. I think you just gave us all a punishment shot, you fucker.
Ragnar, I don't think you like that.
You're still spinning the fucking wheel.
It's not that good.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand that whole term about you saying that they couldn't
Yeah, now we know why.
didn't sell all that well.
They said they sold it at a discount because they just couldn't get rid of it.
It must have. Why are they still making it then? I wonder how old this thing. It is not good
There's
at all.
there's some people who like that crap. I
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? That Chad Dukes beer. Remember that Chad Dukes beer that we had that tasted like fucking dog piss?
Yeah, I think this might be worse.
Really? Well, it's been a while since we had that. I mean, that was like over 3 years ago, so I don't even
This
remember.
tastes like it's gone skunk.
It tastes
All
like
right.
a tennis shoe.
This is not. Yeah.
All right, Ragnar, how about you go first? Do you like it?
Yep. Nope.
I got like
Not even a little bit, man.
not even a little bit.
I'll give it for creativity on your part. I'll give it half a thumb.
I'll take it.
That's about it.
So basically, just for the perfect for the movie, but as a beer, it's on its own. It's pretty shitty.
I've had worse beer,
Yeah.
but this is right up there.
Okay. All right.
I'll put worse things in my mouth.
Stu?
Hey, don't judge me.
I agree with Ragnar. It is creative, and that's nice. But as a beer, this is 2 thumbs down. This is
Do you think this is one of those beers that is just good for the artwork? Just pulls you in.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's good for it.
I know.
And-
Because it looked tasty.
Ooh, this, yeah.
Hold on. You said it looked tasty.
It looked tasty. I mean, just I guess the artwork. Well, no,
How?
I don't.
How the
You know,
fuck does it look
I don't know.
tasty
That
inside
was
the
probably
can?
I'll say it looks like a
a
can.
stupid thing to say. Yeah.
I think,
So the
I
can
think
looked
all
tasty.
3 of these Floyds need to be kicked in the dick.
Well, it's tasty. It's supposed to undead pale ale, so it's supposed to probably taste like dead people. I don't know. It fucking sucks. It's horrible.
It does taste like
It does.
So what do you give it?
He's like
2 down.
dead asshole.
Oh, so 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Adam.
I'm going to agree with Ragnar on raising the score because of originality. So I'm going to raise it to 1 thumb down. Nasty.
I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm glad I grabbed this beer, but like I said, we're a review podcast. We review drinks and movies, so we have to try it out. So I'm happy that it turned out to be a good pick for the movie. But yes, the beer itself is incredibly disgusting. I will not buy this again ever. I will not suggest anybody to buy this. Sorry,
Thank you.
Three Floyds, you're not getting any business because this fucking beer sucks. I'm going to give this. I'll go with Ragnar's point because I am happy with how the artwork and everything else. I'll get a half thumb. But yeah, this shit is pretty nasty. It's not good, but I'm gonna finish it.
It tastes like it tastes like it gone
No.
skunk. Like it's
been in the fucking fridge. I mean,
I'm not saying since you've had it, it's gone
Yeah,
skunk.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like before it made it on the shelf, it went fucking skunk.
do you believe in that fucking rumor about glass bottles where the brown and green bottles? I remember something I heard on the Michael Mayer show back in the past where Buzz Burbank said on his Buzz News where actually green bottles go skunkier than brown bottles. Brown bottles actually
It
filter the
absolutely
sun.
is true.
Is that true?
I've heard the same thing.
As someone who brews beer, I will tell you it's absolutely
Yeah,
true.
the light will and the temperature will absolutely change it through the tint of the glass.
Yeah.
The green bottles do not reflect UV light. The brown bottles do.
Okay, yeah. So, but
And the UV light will change the taste of your beer.
well, how about now if you have a can sitting in the sun though, that won't affect anything, right?
Yeah, well,
Oh, well, okay,
Well,
so I don't know.
temperature
If
will
you,
also.
if you continuously
Temperature, yeah.
heat a beer up and cool it down, it will affect the beer. But if it only happens once, it shouldn't affect it.
Yeah.
But you can skunk a beer by really heating it up and then cooling it down and heating it up and cool it down again. It's going to affect your flavor.
Let's make it fucking rotten.
Yeah, Three Floyds Brewing LLC in Munster, Indiana. So, there's a little thing here. Let's see where it's.
I'm trying to see if there's
one of those.
Can you
types
read
of
it? Yeah,
beers,
How about you read it because I
What am I
can't.
trying to read?
The thing right underneath the skull on the top. I'm curious what it says.
Right underneath the skull on the top.
No, he's talking about on the
Wait,
side.
what the hell are you guys holding there?
Right there, right there.
It's like a.
All right, what does that say?
This intensely
cold
hopped
and light.
and gushing undead
Why
pale ale.
why did you ask the old guy to read it?
Right.
Because he's got the flashlight.
Because I got the
don't
light
know.
on.
Shit.
This
He's got a
intensely hopped
magic
and
wand with a light on the end.
gushing undead pale ale will be one's only respite after the zombie apocalypse. No, it won't.
Bullshit.
No, I'll make you a
Created
better
with our
beer
marvelous
after
friends in the
apocalypse,
comic
trust me.
industry art by Tim Seeley.
Fuck you, Tim Seeley.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
art's the only thing that's good on it.
Tim, you did a good job on the art.
Yeah.
Floyd, y'all suck at making beer.
So you agree that the bubblegum vodka was better than this?
Yes.
No, Three
No,
Floyds.
wait. What are you chugging? I want some of that.
I'm trying
Three
to see
Floyds
the
makes some good beer. That's not one of them.
this year. This ain't no.
Are they all like zombie like
He's not chugging
themed?
anything.
No, no,
He's
they
holding
do
the
make
can
some
up
good beer.
with the light on it to try to.
I'm
read
trying to
the
see if there's
remarks.
any kind of like born on date or
Yeah.
death date or anything like that. You know,
That might be on the cardboard box that it came in.
there's something stamped on the bottom. I couldn't read it.
My beer is not a zombie beer, but the Founders All Day IPA, and I'm not an IPA guy. This is a decent beer you could drink all day.
Okay.
Nice. So what
Yeah.
would you give it?
I give it one thumb.
Nice.
Send me a picture of
Yeah.
that. Send me a picture of that
One
beer.
full thumb. For an IPA, for me, that's good.
Yeah, it is. He hates IPAs.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and we just did our drink review and our details, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to talk
need to-
about Beavis and Butthead Do America.
I need to make sure Sammy comes down to make your cock shot.
Thanks for reminding me, Adam. I appreciate it. All right, so yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Fucking sticks in the back of your goddamn throat.
Yeah, I know. Every time you burp and taste it again, it's like, oh.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Hey, having a hard time trying to stay up, trying to record these podcasts late at night?
Or are you up late working, driving trucks, working in the shop, trying to provide for that damn family of yours?
You need coffee.
Well, let us tell you about this one company we got right here. It's called Coffee Bros. Now, they got a very select blend of different roasts, light roast, medium, dark, espresso. Now, each one of these has its own flavor profile.
These two brothers from New York made this amazing company with an amazing coffee that you could order online.
So you just had the espresso roast.
Yes.
And did that thing wake you up?
I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, man. It was smooth. It had
Nice.
that nice chocolate taste to it. You can just taste the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give you that bite like other coffees do.
Or bitter.
No, definitely not bitter at all. This is smooth, sweet, aromatic. This coffee here will absolutely wake you up when you need it to.
The coffee here is dedicated to freshness, quality, and consistency. Use the code BAF10 to get 10% off your entire order. The link for the website is in our show description. And I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. This coffee keeps you awake, especially for the late podcasting that we do.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Try out Coffee Bros. Coffee Bros! You want to tell me what this is first, or am I going to drink it first?
Drink it first.
Drink it first? All right. Well, before I do this, this is to
Drink
you,
it.
John. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, sir. Drink anything and everything.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
All right. And my chaser is that beer. This is not fun at all.
Man, it sucks to be you.
Fuck. All right, here we go. Ah.
I'm going to explain this to John. They have a shot glass that is a big cock.
Very cinnamon.
If you think that's a big cock,
Is that
then
what you were
then
drinking
we
out
got
of?
problems.
Yeah, that's what he was drinking out of.
No, maybe peppermint. Peppermint.
All right.
I don't know why I get cinnamon and peppermint mixed up for some reason. I don't know.
What is it? Goddamn! Like what? Our Malort is like Malort is like the worst thing ever.
No, it's not.
No.
Lord, it's delicious.
Ah,
The Lord is amazing.
it's a gift from God. All right, so
Come on, man.
Sammy.
Stu,
Really?
Stu has deluded himself into thinking it's good.
There's no delusion. It's true.
If you send me something that is worse than Malort,
240.
I will drink it.
If you send me something that's worse, I'm gonna bring it.
If you send
Hey,
it to me,
Hey, Ragnar, you might have to make that durian fruit drink for him.
oh no, no.
I don't know if we can ship that over state lines. All right.
He's like,
That's illegal.
I got you, bro.
That would
That's
be
got to be illegal.
I think that's like a bio fucking warfare.
All right, Sammy, go ahead and tell me, what did I just drink?
Well, it was the Ruppelmint
Rumple mints.
Okay.
and then chocolate like liqueur. So I was hoping for like an Andes mint. I was trying to be nice. That's why when you said cinnamon, I was like, your taste
For some
buds are
reason, I got my
broken.
cinnamon and peppermint mixed up. I don't know.
Your
You
mouth
are
is-
such a special young man.
Yeah, I appreciate
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, hello.
All right.
You boys have fun.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Sammy.
Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy.
I appreciate it. All right.
Love you.
Bye.
So happy birthday, John. So thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for taking that shot of Malort. That was always a treat for us to watch new people take that, even though you said you've taken it before,
He
right?
took it like a fucking champ.
He did. I mean, he is down the bottom.
I told you the one night,
Yes,
like
sir,
we
thank
were
you.
we were doing this, and he started taking shots of it, and he thought this is the greatest thing ever. He got home and he was like, "Dude, I have never felt so sick in my life."
Yeah, I was dying inside.
Hey, my brother, my brother thought that it was.
terrible.
Well, my brother thought that it was better than Angel's Envy, which
Yeah.
was
No,
Yes.
I'm dead fucking serious.
Yes, he did.
it was,
No, hold on. Do we still know for a fact that he was
Yeah,
actually
I
doing,
talked to
or
him.
was he just like,
he even gave
fucking
it
with us?
He
And
gave it to my sister-in-law, his wife, Courtney, and she didn't like it, but he said, "Yeah, for some reason, I dig this shit." Yeah, I called him. He's already
All
drank
due
half the bottle.
respect to your brother, that's fucked up.
No, but Ron was at, hey, do you want another drink? Do you want another drink? And he was like, yeah, pour me another Malort. I mean, he was down in it that night.
Yeah,
no, listen, nobody
More
ever says
more power
"Pour
to
me
you."
another Lord."
yeah, it was good stuff.
That's so hardcore.
Dude, when I went down there and sat with those guys for the first time, that I had to do the shot on the show, which was fucking horrible. And then
No, you the
Ron
first
got-
time you took it was at the wrestling.
Yes.
the wrestling.
Oh yeah, the first time I had it was the wrestling show,
yeah.
which was horrible. And then Ron got a fucking self-destruct, and I'm like, fuck. I ended up doing 3 shots of Malort that night, and I didn't know if I was going to make it out of the fucking basement there.
Yeah, you were telling me like, hey, you got to try this thing called Malort. I'm like, what's that?
I'm like, here,
I'm like,
have fun.
Yeah. It's a penalty shot. I'm like, well, okay, all right. Then you're like, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna die.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the movie. Like I said, I think all of us, like I said, we grew up with Beavis and Butthead.
Yes.
And it's more of like an adult. Would you say it was for teens? Would you say it was for adults?
It was definitely for teens.
Yeah.
Or for teenagers?
That was
Yeah.
100%. And not even like, late teens. Like, it was absolutely aimed right like the 14, 15-year-olds. That's where its sweet spot was.
Did you play the game on
Yes,
Sega Genesis?
That's when it came out. Nobody fucking cared.
Yeah,
My
that's right.
stepdad told me I was not allowed to watch that anymore. And he goes, I watched that for the last 10 minutes, and all he talked about was pee and poop. That's like,
And
of course.
that's why it's amazing.
TB from my bunghole.
That's why they're so funny. He's like, you're not allowed to watch them anymore.
Yeah. So the whole, I remember I used to play the game on Sega Genesis. I'm sure everybody's played there on the Sega, and yeah, it's just a great thing. But the whole thing about the start of this movie is basically the whole hunt for a new TV once they break their TV, and it just
TV was stolen.
TV was stolen.
TV
They didn't
was
break-
stolen.
yeah, that's right. TV was stolen by those two other dudes that were working, that were actually going to be the original guys to
Supposed to be the original hit guy.
do the do his wife basically. But the beginning, where it's got the whole Godzilla scene in the beginning, what did you all think of that?
It fit perfectly to let you know, all right, this is a bigger just a bigger deal than the normal episodes.
Which is funny because MTV produced this film and also produced Jackass, and then they took a step game up and did a giant fucking dick. You've seen Jackass forever, right? Yeah, and they did the whole Godzilla scene with that. But yeah, no, I thought that was just great to see both of them. Just it was fun, and seeing it on the big. Did you see it in the theater?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, see,
Yes.
I never saw this in the theater. Ragnar, you seen it in the theater?
Maybe.
Mike, I don't know if because Mike, I remember you telling me that you weren't really a big fan of Beavis and Butthead, right?
I was not a big fan of Beavis and Butthead. I thought they were fucking annoying.
But that's
But
the
I'm
whole
a little
point.
bit, I'm a little bit older than you guys, except for Adam.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you, Adam.
Watch it now.
Nobody's older than Adam. Okay.
I'm just saying we're about the same
Right,
age, but
right.
I always found they were a little annoying. I did enjoy some of the stuff,
Yeah.
and with this movie, I found myself chuckling a lot. But no, I did like the Godzilla thing. I like Godzilla.
Well, did you all feel like the movie Dumb and Dumber kind of stole from Beavis and Butthead?
Yes, absolutely.
Because in a way, it's almost like a live version, of just a different type of versions, because it's two best friends that are just extremely dumb and
Absolutely.
just trying to get laid, and basically, it's almost a live version of Beavis and Butthead.
I agree with that.
I mean, no, because I mean, you could point
not
at Three
trying to get
Stooges. All it is the trope of a couple of idiotic friends and the shenanigans they get into that goes on throughout all fucking time.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to find humor in the less intelligent.
Right.
That's why people like you. That's why people find you funny.
Oh,
That's
you're-
why me and John
so,
are friends.
So who are you? You're Beavis and I'm Butthead, or I'm Butthead and you're Beavis?
No,
So I'm both of them combined?
you're just special. Whoa.
Oh, you're an asshole. Fine. All right. And also, did you guys ever see that SNL skit that was released? I think it was last year.
I know exactly what you're talking
That's
about.
just
Yes.
fucking hilarious.
It was perfect.
I love it. I don't know if Ragnar, have you seen it? The one with
No idea what you're talking about.
it was like a political
I know what
show.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the two actors who were that.
I don't remember that. It was one of them was it James not James Vanderbeek. I'm sorry, but it is a well-known actor. He was in Blade Runner 2049.
Not fucking helpful.
Ryan Gosling, and
The other guy.
Mikey Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cast member Mikey Day.
Basically, where they were in the crowd dressed up like Beavis and Butthead, and they talked like completely normal people. And trust me, if you see the
That was
skit,
good. That was funny.
yeah, it was
So
funny.
they're talking normal. There's like a serious like news shit going on, and you just see these two guys in the background who look like live versions of Beavis and Butthead. And then the newscaster is just like, "You're fucking with me, right? You're fucking with me," and just going off because they keep focusing on this Beavis and Butthead.
And it was so funny that it was actually to the point where the cast of SNL couldn't keep they couldn't stop laughing. Like it
They
was
couldn't
one of
keep
those.
a straight face. It was funny.
Yeah, like they couldn't go with the skit all the way perfectly. They just kept laughing and giggling under their breath, basically. But
It was
it's
great, like growing up Beavis and Butthead.
yeah, definitely check it out.
The funny thing is my wife's brother. I always thought that Butthead looked like my wife's brother. So every time I see him, all I see is my brother-in-law, and it's like, dude.
The long face.
Yeah, it's uncanny.
Yeah.
When he was young, not now, but when he was young, fuck yeah.
Well, this is I pulled 3 clips for this movie. This one's the longest one, but it's the plane scene, and it's just funny because then you hear Cloris Leachman as the old lady and everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this scene right here. You guys go ahead and see what you think after this.
Here you are.
Hey, Beavis. She touched my butt.
Hello there. Are you two heading for Las Vegas?
You can hear her voice
Yeah,
now.
now that you say it's her, it's absolutely 100%.
Well, I hope to score big there myself. I'm mostly going to be doing the slots.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do some sluts, too. They have a lot of sluts in Las Vegas.
Oh, there's so many sluts who won't know where to begin.
Whoa. Hey, buddy, this chick is pretty cool. She says there's going to be tons of sluts in Las Vegas.
Cool. It's so nice to meet young men who are so well-mannered.
Yeah. I'm going to have money and a big screen TV, and there's going to be sluts everywhere. It's going to rule.
Oh, that's nice.
We ask that you turn your attention at this time to the front of the cabin for pre-flight safety instructions.
To fasten your seatbelt, insert the free end into the coupling. If you are seated
In third.
In third.
If you are unable to please ring your call button at this time.
Damn it.
Flight attendant will be.
Can't figure out their fucking seatbelts.
Can I help you with that?
Come to Butthead.
Come to Butthead.
There you go, all set.
I love you.
Oh, wait, hey, cut it out. I want her to do it.
Come to Butthead.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Damn it. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what's going on? Hey. Ah! We're gonna die!
Come to Butthead.
Are they on Delta?
Probably.
Could you, like, do that thing with my belt again?
Yeah, this is her.
Oh, she looks lovely.
Yeah, you could definitely hear her voice. The thing is, 'cause whenever I watched this, I was always trying to figure out, man, that lady's got like a really crumpled voice, but then when you hear
I'm
it,
sorry,
it's
you have
perfect.
to speak up, son. I have this ringing in my ears. My doctor says it could be related to my heart palpitations.
Really? I poop too much.
Maybe you're lactose intolerant.
No, I poop too much. And then I get tired.
Tired? Oh, well, I know all about tired, dear. I have just the thing for you.
Just a thing for
Take
you.
a couple of these. They perk me right up.
It's rolling around with trucker mouth.
Takes half the
Tastes
bottle.
like crap. What else you got?
Go right ahead. Help yourself.
She's so cool.
She's all throughout the movie too. She actually has a big role.
It's like gargling in the
Going to
background.
Las Vegas?
He's taking handfuls of pills.
A whole bunch of no-dos, caffeine pills.
Taken by the handful.
Where it makes him do his famous thing.
Hi, we're serving dinner now. Our selections tonight are chicken piccata or seafood
Here it
gumbo.
comes.
Excuse me, does the gumbo have corn in it?
I am Cornholio. I need picata for my bunghole. Are you threatening me? My bunghole will not wait.
Hey, I got a beer.
I got a beer.
Hey, I got it.
I am Cornholio.
Fucking hilarious.
Definitely Delta.
You know, with all the recent plane crashes lately,
It does fit, doesn't it?
the ending of that makes a lot of sense.
All just caused by a couple of idiot fucking teenagers on the plane.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, just hilarity throughout, and also then you gotta love the movie, and also this great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because you got like Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Wonderful,
that
wonderful
fucking
soundtrack.
the roller coaster one. Because I remember I actually had the soundtrack to this.
Oh,
I remember.
yeah, I played that shit all the fucking
Did
time.
you also have the Beavis and Butthead experience? The one with I Got You Babe from Cher with Beavis and Butt? Oh, I fucking love that one.
Yes.
Classic right there.
Fucking literally.
Yeah, but you also have White Zombie, you got Butthole Surfers, you got AC/DC, you got Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, it was a great soundtrack altogether. And when it playing the Red Hot Chili Peppers in that scene in Las Vegas. You see that whole like 70s band right on stage, and you see actually,
you can also tell they had the animation working before they had picked out the song.
Yeah,
they tried to kind of make it look like it was
quite
linked up,
didn't match up.
and not quite. I'm like,
it didn't match up at all.
But it was so close. I'm like, oh man, this would have worked so well if it did.
Right.
All right.
It wasn't that fucking close though.
No, but it was close enough for like where you saw what they're going for, and it was like, oh man, this would have worked really fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, you see what they're trying to go for, but you see like the lead singer is singing the fucking backup chorus while the chorus other fucking people are singing the fucking main lyrics.
You got a point.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right.
No, he's 100% right.
Yeah,
but it was just like, oh, this would.
But I
really
get what they were trying to do. It's just like that shit there totally didn't fucking work out.
But also, that was a great fucking song to introduce to fucking Vegas.
It was perfect.
All right, that was amazing.
Roller coaster. Yeah, great song, and also
with the fucking woman,
the mask,
the ship's mask.
The ship mask.
Oh,
yeah.
that with the big tits.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're trying to climb it.
I actually like I like that 3D scene where you see the disco ball and you just see them both dancing on the dance floor and everything, and it just that turnaround, because that was a side of Beavis and Butthead that you never saw. The way that the animation, everything that was probably the best animation in the whole movie, next to the white zombie scene.
Yes,
because to me, fucking great. We'll talk about that later here, but the Vegas scene. But then you also the plane scene was a little bit after. Before was the Demi Moore, Bruce Willis, and Demi Moore. So you did not know that was Demi Moore or Bruce Willis right there.
I had no idea.
Where you said you're gonna do my wife, basically.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Now here, if you listen to the scene,
You couldn't tell from the voices.
What was that?
You couldn't tell from the voices, Mike?
But now,
no, I couldn't.
When he plays the clip, now knowing this, you'll immediately pick out the voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, I only got 3 clips for this on one. This is one, and then I got one more after that. It's one of my favorite scenes at the end. But this is the part when Bruce Willis is basically telling him to do my wife.
Yeah, hold on a minute. That must be them now.
Oh, you can definitely see Bruce Willis right there.
You can hear it.
Come in.
Yeah. Now I hear it.
You're late.
Really? Did we miss Baywatch?
Man, Earl said you
Yeah,
guys were
no
young.
shit. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, as long as you can get the job done. What are your names?
When he was the sound booth
Butthead.
from this is where he caught it paper.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Beavis.
No, that's all right. I'd rather not know your real names anyway. Mine's Muddy.
Man, it's so clear
Now,
now.
look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get right to the point. I'll pay you 10 grand plus expenses, all payable after you do her.
Doer?
That's right, do her. I'm offering you $10,000 plus expenses to do my wife. We got a deal?
Actually, we just want to watch TV.
Shut up, Beavis.
Shut up.
Yeah, we'll do your wife.
No, I want to watch TV.
Beavis, you butt munch. This guy wants us to score with his wife. And he's gonna pay us. We can buy a new TV.
Really? Cool.
We'll do it, sir.
Well, all right then. Let's get down to business. Here she is, boys. Her name's Dallas. She ain't as sweet as she looks. She stole everything from me. You gotta watch out, because she'll do you twice as fast as you do her.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah.
She's holed up in her room in Las Vegas. I got your room right next to hers. Your flight leaves in an hour. Come on. I'll drive you to the airport.
Hold up.
Can we watch some TV first?
Yeah, so you could definitely hear Bruce Willis's voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I hear it.
Yeah. It's pretty. I mean, and the thing is, Demi Moore. I don't have a clip of Demi Moore, but his wife. Yeah, you could definitely hear Demi Moore's voice because she has that very scratchy voice, that very well-known voice, and everything. But yeah, that was really cool that they had, because they were married at the time when this came out. I think, when did they split up? When did Demi Moore and if you can look that up, Stu, because I'm actually curious. This movie came out in '96. Did they split up like around '98, '99, probably? I don't know. But then you also got the Hoover Dam scene, which is actually a funny little trivia fact that I found out about this.
2000.
Was it 2000?
Yeah,
So it was about 4 years later.
87 to 2000.
Oh, okay. Didn't they? Where did they meet? Did they meet during? Was it Moonlight?
Hold on. They announced the separation in '98, and the divorce didn't get finalized until 2000. So yeah, it was
a 2-year divorce. Wow, shit! Didn't know it would take that long. Yeah, this is another thing.
Shit.
This is another hidden fact that I also found about this movie, and I'm wondering if you found this out, Stu or Ragnar or Adam. When they were in the Catholic Church and the nuns.
Oh, the chanting?
Did you hear the chant? It was a very, yeah. You want to know what the chant actually said?
Sure.
All right. If you listen closely, it says scrotum agito, ignoramus, gentilius largus, hemorrhoid bergnum all day long.
okay.
What
Enormous
does that mean?
genital
Scrotum longus?
Johnson all day. Okay.
Large scrotum.
Yeah. Apparently that was in the
Large
chant. I didn't
scrotum.
notice that. So now when I watched the movie again, you could actually hear it.
That's a clip you should have pulled as the chant.
I should have. I mean, I could technically just put it in for editing and stuff like that. I mean, I could just put it in the clip, but it won't work.
I know. Can you just, for layman's terms, just say it one more time?
Okay, we got scrotum agito, ignoramus, gentilius largus, hemorrhoideus burnum all day long.
My hemorrhoids born from my got a big scrotum.
Apparently that was in the chant scene and everything else. But the funny part about them when they left the church is when they're walking over to the fucking bus, and then you just see the lightning from God come and strike both Beavis and Butthead. And then they're just standing there and they're just like, and then it goes to the next scene because they didn't do anything for them. I thought that was great. So then you also have the scene in the desert. So we got Beavis and Butthead when they meet their dads. So what did you all think of that scene? The two guys, and you could tell that it was like an older version of Beavis and Butthead.
We had midst of some sluts 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I fucked them both.
Yeah, he smacks the other guy. I fucked them both. You didn't do anything. It's like,
what was that, Ragnar?
A Beavis and Butthead clip from 20 years ago.
Jawline.
To the dough line?
Jawline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, they looked exactly like them, and the fact that I'm trying to figure out, like, they said they were just messing around with some sluts.
yeah.
Yeah.
They said we went to whatever the name of the city was. We went to this town and fucked some sluts.
Yeah.
They stopped over in Highland.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of sluts, and Butthead said he did them both, and Beavis said so did he. Butthead's like,
No, you didn't.
Dad's like, no, you didn't.
But you can see him shaking too,
yeah.
like he was used to getting hit by Butthead.
Yeah. Yes.
What did they ever make a comeback in the TV show or the future?
Dads, no, but in the TV show, they in the iteration that the most recent iteration of the TV show,
Yeah.
there's old Beavis and old Butthead in it that are very similar to those old guys.
Interesting. And I know in Beavis about to do the universe.
Yes.
There was a whole bunch of scenes when they were separated, basically, and they were looking at and seeing other.
So in Beavis and Butthead do the universe where they were watching towards the end what they thought was a TV program where they saw an old Butthead and old Beavis sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
So in the renewal series, there was a few of the episodes where it focused on those guys.
Right.
Where like the old Butthead had gotten fat and he's using like a hover round to get around and shit. And them just being old pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And realize that they never changed.
Do you guys still watch anything Beavis and Butthead related?
I've seen every single episode of every single series multiple times.
I've seen the first season, like the first couple seasons back in the early 90s. I've seen the remake from 2000, the reboot in 2011, but I did not see the one after Do the Universe. I didn't know there was another one.
Yeah, they focus on those and they show Smart Beavis and Smart Butthead sometimes.
Yeah.
Smart Beavis.
Yeah, in Do the Universe. So in the universe, yeah, it's basically like Alien Beavis and Butthead, and
they're not aliens; they're just different universes.
Yeah,
so
they look like, but they look like aliens.
It's a multiverse.
Yeah, they have the multiverse, and they even address it in Beavis and Butthead universe. Yes, we are the smartest Beavis and Butthead, but in comparison, we're still not that bright.
In the end of Beavis and Butthead Do America or Do the Universe, there's a whole scene where they're on the planet or something like that, and you just see nonstop different versions of Beavis and Butthead, probably like fucking hundreds of.
So it's similar
thousands
to was it
Thor: Love and Thunder,
where they had the Council of Kangs?
Oh yeah, at the end of
where,
Quantumania,
where they would show all the Kangs, sitting in a giant fucking coliseum, like all the different variants of Kangs. Years before, they had at the end of Beavis and Butthead did the universe, they showed a giant coliseum of all the different Beavis and Buttheads throughout the multiverse, including like Cyborg Beavis. And,
there was a whole
there
bunch.
was a female queen Beavis, and like a royal prince Butthead.
Yes.
It was just all these different ones.
And you just hear them all doing their like laughing all throughout the whole Coliseum. It's just like a nonstop, like hundreds of those and everything else.
And you find out that none of them had ever scored in the entire fucking pantheon of the fucking multiverse. Even that is too ridiculous of a thing for it to happen for either one of them score.
Yes, which actually goes to the next scene.
Continuity.
What was that?
Said they need to keep the continuity.
Right,
Exactly.
Of course. Have they canceled it, or is it still going on?
It hasn't been a new one in a year or two, so I feel like it's probably canceled.
Well, there's actually a fact that I also found about Mike Judge is that when he did the movie, he actually was tired of doing the show in the early 90s. He was actually tired of it, so he made a contract. I think he had 3 more seasons to do, but he actually got out of the contract by making the movie so he can get out of it because he didn't want to do it anymore. But apparently it got to the point where he did want to do it again because then he did the series in 2011 because everybody, I think, wanted it. Everybody was like, we need Beavis and Butthead
he
back.
took a long enough break and everything like that, so he wanted to go back and revisit the characters. Just like he's redoing King of the Hill right now. Not redoing, but rebooting. Not even rebooting.
Well, I heard they was doing a live version.
Refranchising. No, it's a cartoon, but it's going to be like 20-some years later, and like Bobby's going to be older and everything like that. They're just picking back up.
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh, wow. I didn't
They're
know
going to have Bobby as, I think, a chef now.
What did you like, Beavis and Butthead or King of the Hill?
I like both.
You like them both?
I liked them both. I thought
Equal?
they were.
Okay.
I honestly, I can't think of a thing that Mike Judge has done that I have not enjoyed. I've enjoyed some more than others, but I've enjoyed, I think, everything that he's done. I think he's a smart guy, and he plays humor in different ways, and I enjoy that.
Ragnar, were you a fan of King of the Hill, or did you like Beavis and Butthead more?
I like them both. They're both fun in completely different fucking ways.
Yeah.
You got to think of it. Beavis and Butthead are about 2 stupid teenagers,
2 dumb idiots. Yeah.
King of the Hill is about
a redneck family.
Basically 4
stupid adults,
semi. Not fully stupid adults.
Right.
Actually, I don't think any of them, except for shit. Why am I blanking on the name? The former army friend. The shorter bald one. Yeah. He's the only one that I think is actually stupid. I think.
Boomhauer?
No, Boomhauer is the one. Yes, he's
Boomhauer
a
just stutters.
He just speaks with a thick accent.
Yeah.
You know, and then you find out he's actually like a fucking an ATF agent.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn. All right. Boomhauer, Hank, Dale was the exterminator who didn't know his wife was cucking the fuck out of him. With John Redcorn.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember the 4th friend's name. But he was the other one who was kind of dumb. And that's when his wife left him and everything.
Short, bald one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. His wife left him, and he was always the sad sack.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yes.
Were you a fan of King of the Hill more than Beavis and Butthead?
Was it Dale?
I never
Dale
really
was
watched
the
either
exterminator.
one of them.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't watch King of the Hill?
I was more a fan of Beavis and Butthead because I grew up with that.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of shit.
Bill
for watching
Daughtry?
Bill. Yep.
Okay.
Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, but then watching King of the Hill, it's the same thing. And my little nephew was like, he always go, "Damn it, Bobby."
Yeah. Well, he's also the same. He's
I didn't
actually.
realize it was Stephen Root.
Isn't he a character that wasn't he a character that was actually almost like from Beavis and Butthead?
Sort of. So you're
Because it's
thinking
the same
Anderson.
voice.
You're thinking Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson sounded just like Hank Hill.
But so he took that general idea of
Keep walking off in my camper.
and then he actually mixed it with a neighbor of his. He said he was out there getting ready to cook out on his grill one day, and his neighbor came over, and his neighbor was a deep South Texan.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, you really going to go ahead and do that? Well, I don't know. That's the best choice there, buddy. Maybe you got to go ahead and turn up them heat." And he took the combination of Anderson and his neighbor, and that's where Hank Hill came from.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
What were you?
I was funny how they Anderson when he was talking about his camper. He's
hold on.
Our childhood memories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was growing up, this was Beavis and Butthead, and my stepdad was like, "You can't watch them anymore because they're gross." They talked about peep and poops for like 10 minutes straight, and you're not allowed. I'm like, "Damn it, no, I don't care." And you know, that was like the start of Beavis and Butthead. And the MTV, you know.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead, then you had South Park.
Yeah.
Right on the hills
South
of that.
Park, South Park is like off the chain.
I think
man.
all of those shows tried to get kicked off of TV.
They
Like,
got to
every
a point
single
where
one
like,
of
fuck
them.
it, let's see how far we can push it. Yeah.
I think South Park is almost indestructible now. I mean, that'll be on until they want to give up.
Well, the thing about South Park is that Matt Stone and Trey Parker did not like Beavis and Butthead Do America. They actually did not care for this movie. The reason why is because they felt like it was just a longer episode of the original show.
That's all it wanted to be.
But they wanted something different, and that's why they went their own route. And they even said that their whole reason why they made South Park, the movie, Bigger, Longer, Uncut, completely different from the TV show. It was the same, but it was more uncut. It actually had a different story. They felt like this was just a longer episode.
Yeah.
So they didn't care for it.
But even South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut was a long episode. That's all it fucking was.
Yeah, but I felt like it was more graphic than the TV.
And then they've gone and made entire seasons following that exact same pattern that they did with South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
Well, that's because TV got a lot more loose about postings. I mean, they got a lot more loose on TV. Because what was it always on Comedy Central? Was South Park always on Comedy Central? Okay. Yeah. I thought it was
South Park got away with some of the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They still do.
Yeah.
Like some of the like and I love it. I love it. They get away with
so much shit.
So the problem is, and like the creators of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, who've done a great job of taking over that genre of just pushing the envelope and weird fucking ways. But they recently said is when you become mainstream, you can't be satirical anymore because you can't make fun of the mainstream if you're mainstream. And that's the problem you run into. So even though South Park is great, it's now hit the point where it's like, oh, okay, we know exactly what we're going to do. So nothing they do is shocking anymore. Nothing pushes the envelope anymore because we expect there to be no envelope anymore at South Park.
Well, which one would you believe is smarter?
Which changes it.
Which you believe
I think without Beavis and Butthead, there was no South Park. I think without...
Oh, yeah. There's no way. Okay, they definitely opened the door.
Like every generation stood on the shoulders of the previous
You
generation.
want to go further than that? You want to go Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And it just keeps going back, further and further and further and further back.
Ren and Stimpy was never meant for kids, and I even watched a documentary about it.
No, they weren't. But it was
never
still
meant for
accepted
kids.
it was still became accepted.
But
for
they
kids.
got away with a lot of shit.
Yes, they did.
On Nickelodeon with that
Rocko's
shit.
Modern
I
Life.
watched one Ren and
Puts
Stimpy.
a lot of weird.
channel.
Okay, you watch Rocko's Modern Life.
You're right.
There's
You're
a
right.
lot of adult shit in there. You're like,
Oh my
God,
God.
fucking damn.
I was like, this is borderline. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Like,
and see, I guess Family
I
Guy
never
would have come out
watched
too.
Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy.
They all stand on the
Well,
shoulders
Mike,
of the
that
ones
was-
who came
that
before
was-
them.
You never watched Ren and Stimpy?
you were a little old.
No,
for that.
it was past my time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
great.
past your time.
It was
man.
great.
I love Ren and Stimpy. Still my favorite episode of this day is that one when they're on the fucking taking care of the Abraham Lincoln Memorial. One of my favorite episodes.
I mean, even if you want to go down to the deep and dark, Disney, anything Disney, you know what I mean? Is like not for fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we We actually on Take on a World we have an episode coming up on like how dark Disney is.
Yes,
and how it's not really for children.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's some things that it goes back and forth. Ragnar, were you a big fan of Ren and Stimpy?
Fucking love that show.
Yeah, thank you.
What's not I've never watched it. Like I never got into it. Like it was never my thing.
Oh, it's a little out there. And the thing is, if you watch it today and you're like, wow, this was for kids? Because it really does cross a line. Would you say it's the Simpsons? Because Simpsons
Simpsons pushed the envelope also.
They pushed the envelope. Yeah, but the thing is, the Simpsons were before Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so Simpsons didn't push the level the way Beavis and Butthead pushed the level. But
no, I think Beavis and Butthead were that new level of, I don't know what you want to call it. They were like that stupid laugh track, like MTV. Like they were like the new.
It was pop culture. I remember in high school, a lot of people did the impersonations where they're like, doing the whole same type of things and everything else.
No, that was just them stoned.
Fucking stupid.
I don't know what you would call that, but they were something new.
Yeah,
it was something new.
Yeah, everybody, it did a great job of taking a snapshot of the culture at the time and then amping it up to the extreme. The idiocy to the comedic level of idiocy.
Well, the thing is,
but it was still all based in. They were latchkey kids who fucking were from single fucking parents.
Yep.
Who were never fucking around. They're basically taking care of themselves.
Yep.
They're being raised by MTV.
Yep.
Which was the time that was happening at the time.
That was their only thing was TV. TV was their obsession.
Yes, exactly. So they were being exposed to.
They would sit there every night watching MTV.
Yeah.
And laughing their ass off.
Yeah, and they were being exposed to much more adult themed substances and programs at way younger of an age than they were originally meant for.
Right.
So just like
really
we all
Gen
were.
X. That was like after Gen X.
No, I feel that they were.
No, that wasn't.
They were
Gen X.
right there at the Gen X, potentially Gen Y. But the very beginning, so the Zennials.
I think it was more Gen Y than Gen X because
it was the tail end of Gen X, the very beginning of Gen Y. It was that
Gen X
perfect
was
time.
more MTV music.
Wait, hold on, Michael.
Yeah.
What would have been your Beavis and Butthead back in? Because you're
like
older
we
than
didn't
I am.
have that. We were outside.
No, the closest things would be the Flintstones.
You still had MTV.
Well, the
What would have
Flintstones.
been your MTV?
The Flintstones
Our
were
MTV
actually.
was music.
Okay.
Like
our time,
MTV and Gen X
MTV
was
music television. That's what it started out with.
Yeah.
Was music.
But when you're
like,
talking,
Adam and I are about the same age.
Right.
yeah,
Like it was music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were watching videos.
I grew up on the ass end of that where I was, and I hate to say this, I'm a millennial.
Dick.
Like that's my
Damn it.
when you look at it, my age and my genre, I'm a millennial. I hate to admit it,
But
that's
you're
what
more like an X-lennial.
Yeah,
Like-
the Zennials. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are the ones that
'Cause I remember
we were either
watching.
a part of that time frame. We saw the birth of the internet. But we were also completely
I
independent.
drank from the hose.
Outside. We saw the birth of the internet. We saw the world get smaller and smaller through the interconnectivity.
Sure.
But
Absolutely.
so our siblings were technically Gen X.
Yes.
Fully deep Gen X.
Yeah.
But we got exposed and to the same expectation levels as Gen X, but we fell into the time frame of being born at the very beginning of the millennials.
so where would we consider? We're considered
Zennials is what they call us. So the ones that are on the tail end of Gen X, very beginning of Gen Y, it's like its own little sub generation because you're exposed to both.
Yeah.
You
and
exposed to
that's
both.
where I am.
And that's where you fit.
Like,
Okay.
I remember
You don't
having
completely
the
fit in
best
with the
of-
millennials because you still remember the old days.
Right.
All right. I still
I
had fucking
remember
Atari
dragging
and
on a
shit
hose,
like that.
riding my bike,
All right. But
coming in.
I also
when the
saw
lights turn out.
fucking the internet fucking just become the juggernaut that it is.
then you're a baby
I
boomer.
think that's why John and I get along so well.
Fuck you.
Because
I use dial-up modems to reach out to bulletin boards versus fucking connecting to the internet.
Yeah.
They didn't have fucking the actual true internet. You had local bullshit.
Right.
And everything came from there. All right. I saw
what's Scott doing down at the fucking local tree down
The local tree.
What the fuck?
the big old tree down in the forest. What the fuck do we call it? Senator Bell's Field. And everybody used to like go.
I'm even laughing at Ragnar because he's like, what the fuck's going on?
But I
had a beeper. Okay.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, I
did
too.
pager.
Yeah, I had. All right, but that's like, we are that weird generation.
Yeah,
we saw cell phones become, from not existing.
Yeah, we have brick phones.
We saw car phones become a thing. Big
BS.
fucking goddamn cell phones actually become a thing.
A big ass.
All right, the big
bag.
motherfuckers. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
we saw
are
all
you
this stuff
at
happen.
the part where now like you can give a fuck about a cell phone and like I don't want to fucking I'm over it. I don't need to be on a cell phone every now and then. Like just fucking throw it away and come get a hold of me when you get a hold of me.
No, my ADHD fucking brain is just like I have to always be doing something.
Right.
This allows me to still function in society because I have to have this distraction. Otherwise, I'm going to end up stabbing somebody in the face.
But if we're trying to look at the chronological of these cartoons, Simpsons started in '89.
Yes.
I can't think of anything before them. Really, that was.
No.
Prime
time animation.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is that
Flintstones and Jetsons were actually never meant for kids. Those were actually adult cartoons at that time. Those were actually.
I love the Flintstones.
Well, no, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that they were actually meant for adults.
Yeah, but you're talking Flintstones was
60s, 50s?
late 50s, early 60s. But then there was really nothing until adult animation at night primetime animation started, and that was The Simpsons in '89.
Yeah, Fox bringing back adult animation.
Yeah, because it started
primetime animation.
The Simpsons started in the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah,
as a short.
I would have to say that the Simpsons are without a doubt like the top cartoon that everybody was watching in the day.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably the longest lasting cartoon.
Oh yeah, it is definitely.
Absolutely is. It's like 30 fucking years.
Yeah,
now.
like I said, it started in '89.
And I thought they were going to cancel at one point when they released the movie, but I guess they're still going on. I mean, they're going strong.
But then
strong. I won't say that.
No,
they're going. They're like, okay,
yeah,
we're going.
Well, they're owned by Disney now. I mean, Disney kind of took over them, and now it's all
Disney.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
But and then Beavis and Butt-Head was in '93.
Yes.
Yep. So that's kind of like it's.
Yeah.
To me, The Simpsons.
And Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead came from The
was
Simpsons.
all grown up.
Absolutely. I don't agree. I don't disagree in any way. I'm saying that each show, I mean, up to like Rick and Morty and shit like that, is standing on the shoulders of everyone who came before them, and they're kind of past their fucking time now.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting for the next fill in the blank.
Well, Family Guy's still going.
Family Guy,
but it's not.
I feel Family Guy kind of fell off the.
Yeah, Family Guy fell off the fucking thing. It's still there. So I still enjoy watch it.
Yeah,
but there was a point where it was canceled and then it came back
like 4 times.
Yeah,
was it 4 times?
I never watched Family Guy.
Damn.
All right,
Futurama was.
Futurama was amazing. Fuck you.
No, I just said it's not bad of a show.
Futurama was awesome.
Yeah.
I never watched Futurama either.
I am judging the fuck out of you, Mike.
All right, so
Mike,
so what?
So you don't know who Bender is? Come on,
Mike. What?
I feel like
I grew up out of cartoons.
I feel like Futurama might have been like a spinoff. I'm pulling strings here of like
Simpsons.
No,
they weren't a spinoff. They were
it was,
same creator.
Well, they've
God
been.
damn it!
But it's Matt Groening.
Yeah.
Did both of them.
Yeah, he's the same creator. It's not a spinoff.
It was the Family Guy show, like the real life with what's his face?
Bill Cosby.
You're close. You're
Way
close.
less rape. Way less
There's
rape.
always room for Jello.
It was when he
Good talk. Good talk.
He lived in Chicago.
His brain is shutting down.
So informative.
You need another beer?
No, he lived in Chicago. It had the
Good times.
Bud,
Married with Children. Married with Children.
Married with
Yes.
Children was Married with Children was
Futurama was not a spin
That's
off
good
of.
TV right there.
actually
Hell yeah.
Married with Children was more of like a live version of The
Amazing
Simpsons.
TV right there.
No, Married with Children was its own fucking thing.
But
I
you
felt
see,
like it was a live
No,
version.
it was the
Yeah.
modern day Honeymooners.
That
Yeah.
kind of
Oh, okay.
that
Yep.
kind of went
Exactly.
that
Yes.
that went by the wayside.
Yeah.
And his fucking
Ed O'Neill.
Amazing.
his jokes were hilarious, dude.
And Ed
I
O'Neill
mean,
kicked your ass.
Well, here,
Ed O'Neill studied jiu-jitsu with fucking Gracies. All right.
I know that's weird.
Yeah.
I
Ed O'Neill could kick all of our
was like,
fucking
are you
asses.
kidding me?
Well, let's go ahead and get back to the movie because we went on a whole rant here, which is great because I think it's all about the movie and everything else. But the hallucination scene,
Amazing.
which is a white
That was actually
zombie,
my favorite part.
where you got that amazing soundtrack by White Zombie.
I'm glad you are saying it correctly. White Zombie.
Yes,
I'm
not
glad
Rob
you're saying
Zombie,
it
White
correctly.
Zombie. Well, he started in White Zombie, yes. But the fact is that this scene altogether and the animation, one of the most, I think it was the best part of the movie, just seeing them especially when the guitar riff comes in. Let's go ahead and listen to this real quick.
This part's fucking awesome, actually.
It's the way they fit everything in. Cause they like, all right, we need to have music video interludes. So fuck it, let's make some fucking actual music videos
Right.
inside of it.
Yep.
He was starving in the fucking desert and he fucking turned around and ate some kind of
It's very
mushroom or
fluid.
fucking cactus or something.
Yeah.
You thought it was a cactus, but it was some kind of weird mushroom. Yeah.
Actually, no, it wasn't a mushroom. It was actually a cactus.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Oh, it
I
looked
saw
like
something
it.
in the trivia. It was a cactus that actually does not have water.
It was a cactus room.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's so long since I watched this.
All right. So then we got past that scene. So then you got the White House scene.
Yes.
You play the clip?
What was that?
All he did was play the intro. He didn't.
He just played the
whole
intro of the
fucking
music.
You didn't hear anything?
Oh, not really.
song. Yeah, he didn't play this whole song. All he did was the intro to the song.
No, I was just playing it, just the background of the song. I can't play the whole song. You're not supposed to do that.
What the?
Okay.
The fuck?
I
Okay.
didn't hear anything. So
Oh, you didn't hear anything?
Well, you're broken.
no.
That's weird. All right. Well, here we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break.
And you call me old.
We'll be right back.
Have you ever wondered how in the hell did I get here? You're not alone. My podcast is called True Crime Connections. It's an advocacy podcast where I talk with survivors of toxic relationships, abusive marriages. We all have one thing in common. How in the hell did we get here? And how do we get out? How do we find our self-worth again? Well, if you feel that way, come check out my podcast, because not only do you get actionable steps to take to help you take your life back, but you can listen to how others have dealt with their own situations, including addiction, suicidal ideation, and low self-worth and respect. We can get you on the right track. Make sure to check out True Crime Connections. See you there.
All right. So we are back with the show. So John, what did your dad say?
Stepdad. God, get it right. How many times did I tell the story? All right. Fuck.
It's a good story.
He said, "What?
You can't watch no Beavis and Butthead.
No Beavis and Butthead?
All they do is talk about poopy and pee-pee.
You ain't fit for the military, boy."
Has anybody touched your anus?
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go.
Fucking random, dude.
It is. Pee and poo. Pee and poo. All right, so we get to the White House scene. So the White House scene, what did you all think of that whole ordeal right there when they're
I loved when fucking Chelsea Clinton threw him through fucking goddamn bulletproof fucking glass. Like, that was amazing. I got breasts too.
I can't believe they get away with the half the shit they did.
it really wasn't that much bad that I mean they got away with it. I mean there really wasn't that anything controversial in this movie at all.
You got braces? I got braces too.
Yeah. Other than you got like Bill Clinton coming in there. I mean somebody who impersonator doing Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, right?
Like honorary ATF agents.
So
why does it fucking sound like goddamn Jimmy Stewart there?
So John actually brought something up on a break on how what is the angle of this movie? Like what exactly is the plot, because he hasn't seen it in a while, and the whole thing is, you know, them trying to find their TV, but then really the whole, would you feel like it's the TV or really them just trying to score throughout the whole movie?
Both.
So the TV is the catalyst.
I think it evolved
to lead them to be in the position to go find the Punani.
Yeah,
all right?
right.
And then the Punani tells them, go wait for me over there. And like, okay. And
so then the whole story is about them making it from here to here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Ragnar, you said how it evolved.
Yeah, well, just like Stu said, it evolved from them trying to find their fucking TV or a TV to getting laid. Needing to get laid, wanting to get laid. Never gonna fucking happen, get laid.
Which I believe was a joke in Do the Universe, where the alien or the smart Beavis and Butthead said that you never get laid. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, none of them do.
They went from ATV to ATM
to become ATF agents.
Well, this is the last clip.
ATV to ATM to ATF.
Yep.
This is the last clip that I have, and I think it's really funny because they try to make like a dramatic moment with Beavis when he makes his little rant about how they're not going to get score. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to this.
Hey, wait a minute. What's going on? Why are we getting back on the bus?
It's time to go, son.
We can't leave. No, we never met that chick. Damn it. We were supposed to get some.
Settle down, Beavis.
No, I won't settle down. Not this time.
Take your stand.
Damn it. This always happens. I think I'm going to score, and then I never score. It's not fair. We've traveled 100 miles. And we were going to score. But now it's not going to happen. Damn it.
Hey, buddy, sit down.
Shut up, asswipe.
That's Richard Linklater.
I'm tired of this. We're never going to score. It's just not going to happen. We're just going to get old like these people. But they've probably scored.
Hey, I'm warning you. Sit down.
It's like this chick's a slut. And look at this guy. He's old, but he's probably scored 1,000,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
But not us. We're never going to score. We're never going to score. We're never going to score.
All right, that's it, nuts.
What's more?
I do feel like Beavis is the smarter of the two. But he's also the follower. He's also like shell shock and beaten into submission.
I disagree. I feel like Butthead. I feel like Butthead is the
Beavis
smarter
knows.
one.
Beavis, when given a chance, he's able to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, smart of the two.
Butthead thinks he's like the what was that?
If you put them both like together, Beavis is smarter. Butthead's like.
Yeah, well, when you just dominate, he just physically dominates Beavis. All right,
Like,
and so makes Beavis like this,
the one episode
the beaten child.
love,
all right,
where there's some hot girl, her car has like a flat tire, and Beavis is like, he was like jacking the car up to change the tire.
Jacking the car off.
He jacks the car.
You're
off.
whacking off in my fucking car, my camper.
Said jack off.
He's a jack off.
He jacks the car up, but like
Mike, that's actually pretty good.
he doesn't do it right, so it like crumples the car, and like, and the tire's not changeable. Like it like crumples, it like smushed as he's jacking the car up. He like crumples the end of the car up, and he's like, it's so stupid. I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you think about Beavis and Butthead, whenever they see something that's sex related, they were like, "Oh, wood." I mean, they're staring at a piece of wood the whole time.
He said wood.
Like,
No, when they're in the fucking bathroom and they're like going crazy just because of the automatic fucking toilets. It's like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So cool.
you know what? I don't think
it
they
was
helped
pretty fucking cool when they came out.
millennials.
All right, fuck you.
I don't think they helped
Did it come out in the
young
mid
millennials.
'90s?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
it was pretty fucking cool when they came out the first time. You ever fucking see a goddamn
So wait a minute,
toilet
you were in the
flush
bathroom going,
what the fuck is this?
Oh,
Yeah,
this is so
same
fucking
thing with
cool.
the fucking like the fucking sink things.
that at the time worked like 1 out of every 15 swipes.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
No, it was the first time
They're
you're like,
still
"Whoa,
that
what
bad."
the fuck is this?
These guys did not help young millennials get chicks.
No,
let's just put it that way. And maybe that's like a trophy here.
Millennials don't deserve to get chicks.
I don't know, man.
Somebody's got to pay for your old ass fucking Social Security, all right, bitch?
I wasn't sitting here like macking the chick. I'd be repeating shit that fucking Beavis and Butthead did, and they'd be like, "You're fucking retarded."
Yeah,
but what did your dad think of this?
But they're not worth your time.
Your
Then.
dad?
They don't have a sense of humor.
Retarded.
Yeah. All they did is talk about pee and popo.
All right, so we're gonna go.
I can't believe you're my son. You fucking tard.
Well, this is the we're basically at the end of the film. They get their TV, which is it's great. You see that dramatic music playing, and then you just see them walking off with their TV. They got it and everything else. So all together, it's a fun, stupid movie that I think everybody enjoys. I'm really curious when we get to the Pine reviews, but I want to actually ask you guys, who is your favorite, Beavis or Butthead?
Beavis.
Okay. Ragnar?
Yep.
Beavis? All right. Mike?
Butthead.
Oh, we got one for Butthead. Mike?
I don't know that I have a favorite.
Come to
I
Butthead.
think the two of them together are fun. I think individually, I'd want to punch each of them, one of them in the face.
The two of them together, you get one brain, maybe.
Yeah,
no,
I
you
think
don't.
so. Like, they two them together, I find them funny together.
You find them funny together, but you don't find them apart.
Apart, I just want to punch them.
Well, if you see Beavis and Butthead do the universe, there's a scene where they're both apart, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I almost watched that one too, just for reference.
It's their way of bringing them
into
to
the modern,
the 2020s,
the modern times,
and explaining how that could happen, so they could redo the series, not redo,
modern
but
times?
restart the series.
I can act that out for you. Hey, Mike, you touch your crotch.
What? I'm confused.
Careful, that might change our rating.
Will we squeeze your nipples?
I think.
Let's take a Malort shot together.
I think the new Barrel Age Flicks rating is like X.
You gotta learn how to pixelate.
You're about to take on something. Not just the world.
We ain't taking on the world anymore.
I would have to go with Beavis also. So the last question I'm going to ask you guys: what is your favorite scene in this movie? Like, what scene was the funniest, or what did you like more? I'm going to go with Ragnar first.
Starsky and Hutch scene.
That was good.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
Yes. Okay.
I like that entire opening for that one.
Oh, with the 70s type of music. Who was that singing? Was that a well-known? Was that what's his name? From South Park, the chef. Is that what it was?
Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes.
Isaac. Yeah. Is that Isaac Hayes?
That might have been.
Might have been.
It sounded like him. It might have been him because it sounded just like those whole Grindhouse films from the 70s. Mike, what was your favorite scene?
I gotta agree with Ragnar. That whole opening scene with
Beavis
the
and
Starsky and Hutch, and
Butthead.
like I remember all that shit. Like so,
Yeah.
for me, that's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Watching them do all that like action shit, that was fucking awesome.
All right, Adam.
Well, to go with a different scene other than them, I love it when they're in the trunk and they're like, we're jacking off. We got the jack.
No, the scene with them when he finally goes to the camper with the fucking picture of Dallas,
Mr. Henderson.
He walks through the fucking door and says, "What? Put put your pants on, boy." It's just the way he was talking about it. It's just, get that thing, put that thing away. It just
Kicks him out with it in his underwear.
Yeah, no, but the scene I really enjoyed is the hallucination scene with White Zombie.
Of course.
That was because I'm a big White Zombie, Rob Zombie fan, and I thought the
I knew
animation
that was your favorite, bro.
Oh, dude, that scene was great. I love that fucking track, and I just love the scene altogether. Stu, what was yours?
after they got kicked out of the camper and were surrounded by the FBI and everything like that.
He's talking about when
and then Anderson comes out with the pants. And that one hero agent just comes and tries to fucking save the day. Everything just played so fucking well right there.
Yeah.
Just because Anderson always got fucked. Anderson always got fucked.
Yeah.
All throughout the series, bad shit kept happening to them because of Beavis and Butthead. And that was just something else there.
What was with the deep cavity searches on everybody? He says, I want you to be deep. And that fucking
Robert Stack.
That was just the way he liked it.
He was looking for his son.
Yes. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Careful, Mike's gonna start putting on the rubber gloves.
John, from what you can remember, can you remember any favorite scene from the movie that you remember?
The bathroom scene.
Yeah.
Pee and poop.
The scene where my stepdad said pee pee and poop were no go.
It was towards the end where they were like coming towards the end of the concert, right?
Concert.
And
concert.
Am I wrong here?
You're wrong.
Yeah.
This one?
I think he's confusing an episode of the show.
Yeah.
No, it's a movie. Like they went. They were like
They made two movies, and neither one of them did they go to a concert.
The only concert that was in the movie was the Las Vegas scene, and that really wasn't a concert. That was like a dance hall or
Okay,
something.
so
like
I'm big time wrong. I don't know.
no, like I said,
I was there. I was there for the rigmarole of the.
You don't know.
He doesn't have enough brain cells to remember.
I don't know. Just say it.
I don't know.
Just say it. I don't know.
All right. It's all good. It's
I'm
all
getting-
good.
I'm getting some movie mixed up with another movie.
It's all good. It's all good. All right.
Brain
Just
cells are
say
shut down.
lack of beer made me. I don't know.
Lack of beer.
Yeah, lack of beer. I don't know.
Well, I got one more trivia fact, and then Mike, do you have any trivia facts for this movie?
I have none. I have
Really?
failed you this week.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
am
fine.
surprised.
Well, I already said a couple of them, and then the one thing about this is there was two brief moments in the movie that the movie had to be re-edited to maintain a PG-13 rating. Basically, the scene where Mick Vicker is being spanked in the motel room, his pants were actually supposed to be down. He was supposed to be bare ass, so they had to reanimate and put like the fucking polka dot boxers or stuff like that. And there was also there was a second in the moment that was cut in entirely when Muddy offers Beavis and Butthead, one of the roadies, a beer. They couldn't do that because those were kids,
15-year-olds.
15-year-olds. So they had to cut that out. So that was to avoid a R rating.
But the beer in the plane was okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, they didn't have an issue with that. So yeah, but no. There's a difference because in that one he was offered a beer. That one he took the beer. I mean, I think
he stole it. He stole it. Yeah.
I mean, he just saw it
It's
sitting
okay
in front
to
of him.
show children stealing. That's fine.
Right.
But to be actually given and watched by adults, and making sure that everything's okay, that's the line too far.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
That's contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Can't show that.
This is the last trivia fact.
I would never do that.
Never. No.
Oh yeah, we just steal a beer. This is the last trivia fact, and I think this is pretty interesting. Mike Judge actually said that if they ever made a live version movie back in the 90s, he wanted Chris Farley and David Spade to play Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, I could see that.
Could you see that
That'd been
working?
so hard to do. No, that'd have been so hard
Chris
to do.
Farley was so fucking awesome.
Who would have been Beavis and who would have been
I mean,
Butthead?
Beavis would have been Chris Farley.
You think
100%.
so?
Yeah.
100%.
I figured it
I
would
think
have been.
Chris Farley would have been both.
No.
He could have been either one.
Have been.
David
He
Spade
was
would have
so
been Butthead.
fucking amazing.
Just because
He
he's got
was
that assholeness to him.
Yeah.
And Chris Farley plays the slapstick, a lot better.
I can see that.
So
What do you think, Ragnar?
I agree with that one.
Okay. Adam?
I mean, just watch what is the
Tommy Boy.
yeah,
Or
Tommy
Black
Boy and the other one.
Black Sheep.
Black
Sheep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Black
Sheep.
Sheep's. Yeah.
Black Sheep.
Yeah.
If you could see an actor, we're not going to go and do like really hardcore in this. I'm curious. If you could see an actor to play Beavis and
shit.
Butthead
Here we
in
go.
live, who would you think? Just pick one person. We're not going through a whole fucking list. Pick one person for each.
My brother-in-law.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Actually, that might work. He's a
Beavis
fucking
and
good
Butthead?
actor. Daniel Radcliffe as who? Beavis?
Butthead.
As Butthead?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. All right. How about Beavis?
You said an actor. All right. You said
An actor for each of you
Oh
two.
no! Now you're adding a whole other fucking person.
Oh,
God.
you only get one actor.
Philip Seymour Hoffman as Butthead.
Yes. There you go.
Actually,
He's dead.
Actually,
he'd be a little skinny now.
And what the fuck?
Dude, that would be like a fucked up Harry Potter is to have the guy who played Draco as Beavis.
Yep.
That would be crazy.
No, I want the guy who played Draco's dad.
Ragnar, do you have any ideas?
Who's the guy from
I got none.
Seinfeld? Who is
Kramer?
Kramer would have been a good butthead.
David Alexander?
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander, yeah.
George's dad, his son.
George Costanza?
George's wait,
no,
George's
George-
dad's son is George.
No, not the real
Stiller?
guy, but George's dad.
Ben Stiller.
Yes, Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
I can see him as like Beavis.
Jerry Stiller played the dad. Yeah, that's what he was. That's what he was going for. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think the two
No?
guys that
Anybody? Am I wrong?
Nah, I don't think that would.
You're wrong.
No, it wouldn't work.
Although we can redo Zoolander. Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson as Beavis and Butthead.
No, actually, that would work.
Step Brothers. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
C. Reilly would be Beavis.
There you go.
And Butthead would be Will Ferrell.
They'd be the two most annoying actors I could think of.
That would work.
Do that.
I think that they would embody that.
Yeah.
Both the
Absolutely.
stupidity, the over-the-top physicality, also everything. They could embody those two roles.
I think
That's
Jim
good.
Carrey
And they
and Jeff
have
Daniels.
that charisma.
Fucking,
Well, Jim
Dumb and
Carrey's getting a
Dumber.
little old.
No, I'm talking about around the 90s time. What was that, Ragnar?
Oh, sure, yeah. For the '90s,
Dumb
Jim
and Dumber.
Carrey. Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Carrey and what's his name?
Jeff Daniels?
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's who I thought. Jeff Daniels
Back
and
in
Jim
the day,
Carrey.
yeah, absolutely. I can see that.
Yeah. Not
How
now.
awesome would that be to like repurpose those guys to see like another movie or something that you, whatever we're talking about right now? Like that'd be fucking awesome.
All
Whatever
right.
we're talking about.
Talking about Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber to me is a live version of Beavis
Although
and Butthead.
those two were
Well,
probably the best
let's
for
change it up a little bit. Let's do Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. All right? Trying to be Beavis and Butthead. Let's change it up.
Pesci would be Beavis.
That would be a more violent Beavis.
Yes.
and Butthead.
That would be an
When that
awesome
band comes down, it's going to be
Awesome.
different.
That would be cool. Though.
Put Joe Pesci in as fucking Beavis.
Yes.
His attitude.
Vince Vaughn and John Favreau.
Yep.
Dude,
Vince
he would
Vaughn
be
and John
fun
Favreau.
taking Butthead.
Funny how? Funny like a what?
yeah.
Like, haha.
Am I a clown? I'm here to amuse you.
He didn't use you. What do you mean, man?
All right. All right. Well, we're
Fucking
going to go.
Anthony Hopkins and Leonardo DiCaprio.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's like the weirdest
Leo as Beavis and Anthony Hopkins at Butthead just beating the shit out of him.
All right. Well, then it's just Jamie Foxx and Christopher
But he would do it very
Waltz.
dignified.
Okay. That's who? Which one?
I don't know. Jamie
Oh,
Foxx.
no, see, you don't even have a fucking answer for your own question. Fuck you, all right? You're trying to be funny and your shit fails.
It did. Hey, you know what? I did do Dumb and Dumber.
Cowbell?
More cowbell.
Yes, more cowbell. Christopher Walken, yes. Christopher Walken as Beavis, delivering it just as Christopher Walken's line.
So Will Ferrell would be.
Okay?
Will Ferrell would
Christopher
be.
Walken and Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
More cowbell. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into Pine reviews. We're gonna go into Pine reviews now. This has been a fun episode. We're gonna go ahead and start with our guest first, Mike. John, I'm probably not gonna have you do it because you don't really remember much of the movie. So
Yeah, that's
No, he
fine,
does.
man.
It's just a
I'm
different
I'm
movie.
excited.
It's a completely fucking different movie.
so
Oh, good, brother.
So
All right.
for entertainment, like I said, I told Ron this. Was never really a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. I thought they were fucking annoying.
okay.
But watching this movie the other day, I got a couple chuckles out of it. I didn't have a bad time watching it. So I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 for enjoyment. I do
Good,
love
that's not bad.
I do love the animation style for this movie.
Yeah.
I've always loved this animation style. Simplistic. It's always been one of my favorites, like the animation style. I think they go overboard sometimes with like trying to be ultra realistic with animation.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon, and it should be.
Did you ever like rotoscope?
What's that?
Did you ever like rotoscope animation?
I don't know what that is.
Heavy metal.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's like where they actually film people on a set and they animate behind them, so it actually looks like real movements from a human being.
Right? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's called rotoscope, I believe.
So that type of animation appeals to me. So
Lord of the Rings.
animation in this movie did appeal to me, and I think they did a good job of it. The dream sequence when they were in the desert.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very well done. So critical, I think he gets a little bit better score critical for me.
Ooh.
Like the story itself was kind of shit, but the technicality that went into the animation, I appreciate.
Right.
So give it a 4 for technical.
3.5 for an enjoyment and 4 for critical. Wow.
Yeah, I can appreciate the animation because the animation, it's not an easy process.
It's a very crude animation, but it's a very, like you said, simple.
It seems crude, but I don't think it's I don't think it's a cheap way to go out.
Right.
Like there's skill to it to make it look the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Hey, no, that's a good review. It's kind of shocking because I'm trying to remember what you gave for critical for Starship Troopers, and I'm wondering if that one was shorter.
Okay, I fucked up Starship Troopers. We can't keep bringing that up.
All right, it's no pressure.
That was my first one with you guys, and I think I screwed that one up pretty bad.
Hey, you were honest. All right, awesome review.
I'm gonna go. That's where I'm gonna go.
Very nice.
No, that's good. I wasn't expecting a 4 for critical.
No.
That was just a little shock right there.
Way higher than I was expecting.
See, I love that animation style. Like I don't think you have to put too much into it to make it look good, as long as what you did was what it was supposed to be.
Right. So would you say South Park's animation, the bigger, longer uncut, where it's just paper cutouts, do you think that's simple? Would you give that a higher critical rating also?
I enjoy that.
Okay.
I like the South Park animation.
Well, considering when he was growing up, Steamboat Willie was like, cutting edge.
Well, that's also Adam too. So
yeah, shut the fuck up.
But get it? Because you're old.
But Steamboat Willie was.
It was
cutting edge.
It was
at the time.
That time was your time.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little before my time.
No, nothing was before your time. Except for God. God made nothing before your time.
All right, we're gonna go next to Adam. How about you?
I'm kind of gonna work off of what Mike said. Going to the critical. I really enjoyed the animation style, especially the desert scene. What they did there was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the hallucinations and stuff like that, and just how they did that. So I'm going to give Mike and critical and go with 4.
Okay.
Enjoyment, I think I'm a little higher than him. I watched a lot of Beavis, but I haven't watched any of the new stuff. I need to go back and watch it.
The 2011 is pretty good.
Yeah, I still like watching that stuff.
The crude animation's still there, but it's a little bit more crystal clear.
Yeah.
But it's still the same type of animation. It's just more cleaner.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this movie, when you see this movie right now, it does look like a dirty animation. It doesn't look like clean. It looks just like the TV show.
Yeah.
But the newer show, it's a lot more, just like The Simpsons. The Simpsons has changed, where the animation was very dirty, very old animation, and now it's almost like crystal clear, perfect lines and everything, no faults in the animation. But in a way, I actually enjoy the older look. You know what I mean? When I get, especially The Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead. So,
yeah, I still like watching all that stuff. So I'm going to give it for enjoyment a 4.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even though when this came out, I was an adult. I've always said one of my favorite sayings. I think my dad said it is that I may grow old, but I refuse to grow up. And that is exactly how, yeah, it's just like, I still enjoy being stupid.
Yeah.
You know,
Amen.
it's
Amen.
just, it's, you know, if you grow old and grow up, what do you have left to do? And as long as you still feel young and enjoy what you do, it's, you know, so yeah, so that's, I still like watching cartoons and shit
Very
like
good.
that. It's fun.
I think we all do.
So yeah. So, but yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings that my dad always says. Is I may grow old, but I refuse to grow up. And I'm like, yep,
All right.
I can see that. So yeah, so 4 and 4.
Nice. All right, Ragnar. Why you give me the finger? What'd I fucking do?
Existed.
That's true.
There you go.
I love you too, brother.
So I agree with Trey Parker and Matt Stone in that, like, this movie here is really just a continuation of the TV show.
Yeah.
But I kind of sort of like the way they did it in having it it's a continuing story.
Right.
With especially Beavis's addiction to fucking TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Butthead's addiction of trying to get laid.
Yep.
But none of it fucking works.
Never.
So critically, with all the animation, the way they did it, I'll give it a 4.
I was not expecting 4s here for all these criticals. This is shocking to me.
Enjoyment's a 3.5, 3 3/4.
That's still pretty good. That's still pretty fucking good.
It's not bad, you know. It's not horrible.
How long has it been since you've seen this? I'm just curious.
Fuck. Shit.
Is this one of those movies you watch at the Sandbox?
I've seen it over there.
Okay.
But it's probably been about about 15 years.
Wow.
Since I've seen it.
Wow.
I still remember a shit ton of it before I even watched it again this morning or this afternoon. But like it's one of those movies that, like, you no matter what, if you've seen it once or twice, but you've seen the fucking TV show a shit ton of times,
yeah,
you're gonna remember a bunch of stuff,
right? Yeah,
you know, and it's not a bad movie. It really is just a fucking continuation of the TV show. You know,
it is.
And I think the argument earlier was that so was South Park as well.
Matt Stone says that, I mean, basically what the thing that they said is that they basically, the duo later created South Park, Big Long Uncut to stand apart from the series in narrative and budget. So they try to raise the budget and, you know, make something different, but you guys feel like it's still just a continuation of the TV show.
I think it's still the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's still a fucking continuation of the TV show. It's just they went in a very different direction.
Right.
To make it more of a fucking musical. You know. So but yeah, I mean it's still fun, it's still good. The animation in it for the time is still very good.
Oh yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Okay. I'm curious, your kids like this?
No, they don't.
Oh, they didn't care for it?
No, they think it's stupid. They've seen it before with us.
Oh, okay.
And they think it's stupid.
Interesting.
So they're right.
Technically,
I mean, it's they're right.
Technically, it is a stupid movie, but it's would you call this stupid fun?
Yes, it's stupid and it's fun.
Okay.
Absolutely stupid fun.
Yes. All right. Awesome, Ragnar. Stu.
All right. Critical for me. This is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Acting is over the top and in your face. Nothing subtle, nothing held back. It's just there.
Right.
Writing is juvenile, which is what it's supposed to be. Nothing groundbreaking or, ridiculous. As far as the critical, panning on it, it's one long episode or whatever. You guys got to remember, so the episodes of Beavis and Butthead, they were 2 episodes each episode. There was 2 different cartoons in each episode. So you're basically looking at 2 10-minute shorts.
Right. Not even that long.
Basically. But once you had the commercial breaks out of it, the half-hour show, about 10 minutes worth of commercials.
But also the little commentary on the music videos in the middle.
Yeah. So, about basically 2 10-minute shorts, basically. So if you think about this is a 90-minute movie, roughly, or whatever it is. So this is 9 fucking episodes worth of story in a row. Right. All interconnected, all tied together, telling an overarching fucking story that worked really fucking well. So yeah, it's one long fucking episode. It's a really fucking long goddamn episode though. And they did it successfully. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this critically a 3 3/4. Is it the best in the world? No, absolutely not. And neither has Beavis and Butthead ever was a critical fucking amazing.
No, it wasn't
show.
meant to be.
All right, Simpsons are critically a better fucking medium of example of what cartoons could be critically,
or
as
South
far
Park.
as acting and writing and everything else can go.
Yeah.
South Park, the series as a whole, I want to say critically is a better show than The Simpsons, but it's more enjoyable. I will say
More juvenile.
Enjoy this type of humor, and I did show this to my oldest when he was probably about 13, when the new revival was coming out and Beavis and Butthead the Universe was coming out. I went ahead and let him watch it, some of the original shit with me, and he enjoyed it. He was laughing his ass off. But I've also raised him with the Gen X millennial, Zennial type of humor. All of his life, I've been exposing him to that sort of stuff. Idiocracy, Office Space, the same stuff that formed me. I've made sure it's fucking formed him too. God damn it!
You need to introduce him to Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I've shown him.
He has?
Stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I've made sure he's had an appreciation of what came before.
Yeah.
Just so I can continue doing jokes with him, that I do with my friends. So I can oh, well, he's my friend now. So I will do jokes with him too. And I want him to understand the jokes.
Yeah.
And so enjoyment, I will give this a 4 1/4.
Oh, wow.
It brings me immediately right back in time. It's that type of humor that just makes me smile the entire fucking time. I can just listen and be good. Even just listening to these clips, I'm like, yep, makes me happy.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, I wasn't expecting all the high critical reviews. What was your critical again? Was it 3
3 3/4?
Yeah, that's still, pretty close to a 4. So, that's amazing. I was not expecting that at all. I love Beavis and Butthead. I enjoyed watching the TV show. I'm actually looking forward to watching the newer series that you were talking about, because I enjoyed the sequel to Beavis and Butthead do the universe. I thought it was great. I thought it was how they put it in modern times, especially with the Beavis having a love affection with Siri from the iPhone. Fucking hilarious. Made me laugh. Yeah, it was so good. To the point where he was talking to Siri and you thought that this chick was in love with it. He was really talking to he says, I will search on the web. Oh, I like spider webs. It was just great. I fucking loved it. But this movie altogether, I have so much fun. And I sat watching this. Sammy was next to me, and she was just like, yeah, it's funny. But she was looking at our iPad. I was like, this is great. I never got sick of this. I remember when this played on MTV, Uncut, over and over again. I remember they had a marathon of playing this movie on MTV, and I would constantly watch it. I had the DVD. I have the Blu-ray set on my Apple TV. It's one of those movies that if you're in a bad mood, it's good to watch. It's just hilarious. It's stupid, but it's fun. And these guys, you just laugh at these two idiots just trying to fucking score or watch TV and doing their commentaries, even when the TV show. Critically, this movie, I'm going to have to agree with all you guys. I'm going to have to go with a 4 also. I think the writing is great. I think Mike Judge, I don't agree with all of his movies. I'm sure I've gotten a lot of shit for it. We did a great episode that you guys should check out, Idiocracy, which I wasn't a fan of, but Stu and Ragnar really defended that movie with all their power. They love that movie. I remember you had an amazing drink that you did that what was it called? The whatever the drink is inside the movie. I remember it was that, but I remember you made something.
Brondo?
Yes. Was it you that hosted that? Or was it Ragnar? Which one were you hosted? I don't know. I don't remember.
I think Stu did.
Was it Stu? Yeah. I thought it was you. I could have sworn it was you. Oh, well, maybe I don't know. But the Brondo, I remember that drink was pretty good.
Hey, if it wasn't for the movie, you wouldn't have Crocs.
That's true. That is true. 100%.
But overall, yeah, a 4.
Well, you fucking got to make me dislike the movie a little bit more.
But overall, the score in this movie was funny because they try to go a little dramatic here and there. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack was just fucking great. Roller Coaster by Red Hot Chili Peppers and White Zombie. That fucking scene was amazing. I enjoyed just seeing that scene because you saw the animation style of Rob Zombie, which I love. He has a lot of that on a lot of his artwork for most of his albums and everything else, and I've always enjoyed that. And just the voice acting in this movie. Cloris Leachman as the old lady. I would have never thought, and it was perfect casting. The animation doesn't bother me all that much. I think it's meant to look that way. Yes, the newer movies look a little bit more cleaner, but this is the way it was. And when you see it like this on the big screen, it's exactly the way you used to watch it when you were sitting watching MTV and all the music videos. And then you got Beavis and Butthead, and then you got Daria, and you got the what's the other one? You said Liquid Animation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquid Television is what
I remember some really fucking weird ass shit from that. I remember some weird ass cartoons and also the puppets and everything, all that crazy shit. Enjoyment for this movie, I'm going to have to go with I'll go with almost a 4.5. I'll go with a 4.5. This is so much fun. I enjoy this as much as the South Park movie. Did they ever make a Rick and Morty movie?
No.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that ever came to play. But because I know that popularity of that. Because Rick and Morty also was another one that's probably, would have never been made if Beavis and Butthead were here. Because Rick and Morty, two people, you got the scientist and the young kid, just like Back to the Future, basically. But overall, this movie's, it's just fun. I enjoy everything about it. Beavis and Butthead is a pop culture. It's something that we grew up on. And I think it's for anybody nowadays, watch it. This is what it was in the 90s. This is what the comedy was like. And, it's actually not that crude. Yes, it's poo and pee jokes, as John would say. But
10 minutes. Still listening. Thank you, sir.
But overall, I mean, it's just... It's good fun. I really enjoyed this. So a 4.5 and a 4. I'm really happy that we finally got to knock this one out because this is actually an episode that I've been trying to do for the last 2 years, and I'm glad that we got it in the animated series. I think I have the only adult animated movie out of the whole bunch that we're doing because everything else, our next movie is the Brave Little Toaster that Stu's hosting, but apparently that goes into dark material. So
you get Suicide.
I haven't seen it in a long time. It's been a long time.
That was awesome.
Yo, listen, I want to be there when you interview with the Brave Little Toaster. That was my childhood.
It's a good one. It's a good. I remember the vacuum cleaner. I'm looking forward to talking about that. So
God bless you guys.
That's a very dark film, though.
I know.
That's why he picked it. I mean,
it's sad. It's sad, but it's truthful.
I'm actually looking forward to watching it with my 8-year-old this weekend.
I'm gonna be watching with my $2. I'm going to be watching with my $2 this weekend too, so I'm curious what they're going to think about it.
My daughter, who's 22 or 32 now, or 31, she loved that fucking movie. She loved it.
Yeah.
And I must have watched that one 100 times.
It's a great film.
Did you cry like a little bitch every time?
I don't know, not like a little bitch, maybe. Maybe
You
I
let your
shed a
blanket-
tear or something.
Definitely have to wait till we go check it out. All right. So, hey, Mike,
Yes, sir.
John, go ahead and plug your show.
Yes, sir, guys.
We are Mike and John from Take on the World. We take on almost any topic. We look at it through a historical lens, and you can find us on YouTube at TOTW Pod. You could find us on Spotify at TOTW Pod, and any place you listen to podcasts, we're there.
And any local brewery.
Check any local brewery because
Gonna find you
happy
there.
birthday, John. It was John's birthday today, and so we
Happy
got
birthday,
for
John.
Snicker before
Happy
we
birthday,
got here.
John.
Yes, sir. Mike got me first snickered.
And then you also got Berks County Unsolved.
Yeah, we got Berks County. Me and Casey do Berks County Unsolved, which we take on any unsolved murder cases in the Berks County, Pennsylvania area and surrounding communities.
Yes.
You can find that any place you listen to podcasts. It's Berks County Unsolved Deluxe Edition. Just search it, and you'll find us. And I enjoy both of those as well as joining you guys whenever I'm invited, and I appreciate
often,
you allowing John to join us today.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
nice surprise
Awesome,
guest.
man.
Nice meeting you, buddy.
Really
and
had-
also,
Really
like I
had
said,
a lot of fun. It was awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
And
Yeah, no
if
problem.
you have time for a short story, John will tell you what his stepdad.
for the 7th or 8th time.
So did he not let you watch this show?
Is he a fan? Did you guys watch it together?
I've got stories.
I got stories.
that are better than that.
I'm glad.
Did he ask you if somebody touched your anus?
Welcome to Barrel Age.
I've got a new story about that.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks, John.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't think we want to go into that territory.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Anyways, guys.
Thank you so much for everything, guys.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I'm going to thank all you guys. Thank you for being a part of this little journey through
Good
Beavis and
times.
Butthead. This was fun, nostalgic.
Good times.
Anytime, always.
All right. So make sure to check us out and
Ring-a-ling, that ding-a-ling to get notified.
of course, and also make sure to comment.
Ring-a-ling, that ding-a-ling.
Yes, comment and please, for the love of God, subscribe to us. Give us a subscription. Comment on our episodes. We take a lot of our time out of our day to do this because we enjoy doing it, but it's good fun. You know, just talking about movies, getting drunk, and bullshitting and making fun of Ron. So
And talking about pee-pee and poo-poo.
yeah, So we're gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. See you all later.
Need pee-pee from my butthole.